Won't you come and talk with me? Make sure you bring your tea. We can talk about movie. Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Tea Breaks with Dagg. This will be episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is how I'm counting how many episodes this is. Today I would like to welcome my very, very good friend, my also NUA alumni, the guy who won, what was it, best footballer when we played in Norwich, sir?
Yes,
player of the game.
Yeah.
Yes, my good friend Mr. Tom Stone. How you doing, mate?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Tired, as you know. I didn't just wake up. Oh, all good. Can I ask first question before we get into real questions? Do you have anything for your tea break, sir?
I do indeed. I've got a very fancy. Let me just double check the flavour. It is peach and passion fruit tea.
Ooh, peach and passion fruit. What, a tea?
Yeah.
Nice.
And a mug all the way from South America as well.
Oh, well, that's definitely more fancy. I thought I chose a half decent mug for today's episode. So I've got just a normal standard coffee, and it's from the Breakfast Club, which is a cool little chain here in London which does amazing breakfast. If anybody ever watches these from this place, hook us up with free breakfast here, bro. It's got a nice little smiley face on the side. I thought it was kind of fitting because The Breakfast Club is also a movie. And I have biscuits I can't pronounce. I want, and yeah, that's what I want. I enter the from the audience. Fox's Viennese?
Viennese, yeah.
Is that how they're said?
Maybe, yeah.
The chocolate ones, they're like in the middle. So yes, I have 4 of them as my side. Do you have anything to be dunked into your tea?
I won't be dunking them, but I've got some bourbons.
Chocolate bourbons, yes.
Vegan.
Yes. Oh yes. I didn't realise that most biscuits are not vegan.
They are, no, got milk in.
Let's not say how much of a terrible human I am for not being a vegan, please. And we shall swiftly move on to hashtag TBWD, Tea Breaks with Dagg. So, Mr. Tom Stone, first question is, what is your favourite film and why?
It's a difficult one, really, because all like my life, I did media at college and stuff like that. It was just really difficult to really pinpoint one film.
Yes, sure.
But the one that I've sort of pinpointed is The Pursuit of Happiness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I've got some double echo. I don't know. I can hear myself. Oh, it's gone. Yes, Pursuit of Happiness. Nice. Well, what is it about that amazing, I want to say Oscar-nominated Will Smith film?
Yeah, I want to say that too. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's just a bit of everything, it's something that makes you really feel wholesome. It's a true story. It's the first time that you see, obviously, Will and his son in a film together.
Yeah, very powerful.
And it just makes you think about life in general, really, about all sort of especially now, all the sort of struggles to sort of think about. To really feel by the end of the film that you've gone on a journey with him, which
is very emotional. It's a very well written, directed, crafted. It's lovely acted, and I remember watching the ads for it, and I thought it was a happy-go-lucky film. And Will Smith, you're thinking, oh well, this is going to be a nice light-hearted film, and when you watch it, it's definitely a tearjerker, even if you're not a crier. Like, that's how strong emotional bond you connect with the characters. It's a great little pick. When you watch the end, you do feel vindicated for him, through his low points, and sleeping in a toilet is not. That's horrid. But no, that's a lovely little. Not something I was expecting. A nice left field. Some people I kind of vaguely know what films they absolutely love, and some people have just come out with absolute zingers. So my friend before Murphy film I hadn't watched and hadn't really heard of. Bryden's is a nice little singer. Yes,
Oh,
yes. So we'll move on to question 2, sir, if that's okay. Which is,
cool.
if you could feature in any film, what would it be? We've had some fantastic answers. Star Wars, Pirates of the Caribbean, just loads of different good answers. So, what would yours be, sir?
I've gone down an animated route.
Okay, cool.
With The Lion King.
Right.
Reason being, I think if you remember seeing my tattoos on my arm, I've got all big cats on one side of my arm.
Yeah.
And I feel that the sort of friendship and things like that Timon and Pumbaa have got, I think I would be an additional character in that sort of area of the film. A bit goofy, a bit silly, a bit happy-go-lucky.
It's a great pick. Did you have an animal in mind that you would like to portray within the animal kingdom? Bear in mind, it is in Africa, so a penguin might not be the best kind of response.
I've not gone that sort of deep into it, I don't think. I think I was more... It's a question that I sort of struggled with, I think, as to really think where I'd place myself.
I don't know what you're talking about. The Lion King is a fantastic answer. One of my all-time favourite films. And I think until I was about 19, it could have been my favourite film. And I would, having spoke about films with my housemates variously, about stuff we've been talking about, she started talking about the Disney franchise, and I got into Disney, we got into Lion King. And I just want to take a 5-second segue and just was like, I was so lucky enough that they re-released The Lion King as in the animated version on its 20th year anniversary. And I was lucky enough to take my nephew, who must have been about 6 at the time, to our local Richmond cinema, which is a tiny little cinema. Used to be a train station and whatnot. And he loved it and I loved it. And to share films like that in the cinema that you have grown up and loved, to be able to pass that on, just little memories. It makes me feel happy when I think about it.
Yeah, definitely.
I would like to join you in The Lion King, sir, and I'd like to think I would be a monkey. Maybe any variety of monkey would be cool with me. But I'm not as wise or fun as Rafiki.
No, I would not for you, but I don't think for me either.
We could meet, the way I am right now. I could probably be one of those hippos that singing. I just can't wait to be a king. Sit down on some characters. That could be me right now. We'll move on to question 3, which is, what is an underrated film that everyone should check out?
I think for me, I don't know if it's underrated, but especially in this country, it did get BAFTA nominations and things, but I wouldn't say if I spoke to a group of any of us, really, that many of you would really know it, which is This Is England.
This Is England?
Yeah.
Yeah, as in, I know it's a TV show and there's a movie. To be honest, I don't think I've watched them, and I know of them. Do they not have numbers behind them?
They're the series. But
they're the series, all right, and the movie is just called This Is England. Okay, so how about you try and convince me and others about This Is England? Tell me what it's about.
So it's directed by Shane Meadows. So he has done sort of very sort of indie sort of English films as well.
Cool.
It's got Joe Gilligan, who was in... I'm trying to think of other things that he's been in, but he's in Brassic, which is his newest thing that he's in.
Oh yes, the guy from Misfits.
Misfits, that's what I was
yes, yeah. I know who you're talking about, the really tall, dark-haired guy. Really funny. Yes, I know who you're talking about.
So it's about a group of guys and a couple of girls that are sort of friends. It's based in the 80s, sort of mods and rocker time.
Okay, cool.
And then the main character, I think he's only about 8, 9 sort of years old, living with his mum. His dad went away in the Falklands and died, and he's sort of a bit struggling at school and doesn't really have any friends, and bumps into these older guys that are all sort of teenagers, and they sort of take him under their wing and look after him and build him up to be sort of a part of their group and give him his own little Fred Perry polo and
that's cool.
And
So is this one set that you said in the 80s?
Yeah.
Around, what did you say? Was that the punk? Was it say the punk rock kind of era?
Punk rock, yeah.
Nice, nice. So like I know various tidbits. And again, I've not watched the TV shows or the movies, so I can't kind of differentiate between what is on what side.
Yeah.
But then that sounds cool. Like you said, must be underrated. So I might have to give that a little cheeky check out, my friend, and I hope everyone in the audience do as well. Yeah. Do you know roughly when it came out?
I want to say mid teens. I want to say like 2005, 2006.
Okay, cool.
Because the main character, I think, is similar age, if not a little bit younger than me now. So, must have been about the same.
Yeah, nice. Well, thank you very much for your recommendation, sir. We'll move on to question 4, which is, what is the best scene in film? Big one.
For this one, I went down a route for cinematography and sort of beautiful scene.
Yes.
Which was Life of Pi.
Oh, okay. Right. It's a lovely, great little film. I remember watching. Yes. The guy who gets stranded on a boat with a tiger.
Yes.
Yeah. What scene are you picking? Is it as he arrives on the island by any chance? Because you're talking about cinematography.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about. There's a scene where there's the tiger's laying down. He's laying on the boat, and I think it's shot from above. Quite a lot of it, where there's all the glowing fish, and then there's some whales underneath the sea, and it looks like the night sky and things like that. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous and just so well filmed. Obviously, it's all green screen and produced and CGI and things, but for me, the film overall is really gorgeous film anyway, and really well filmed. And obviously, it's a book and things like that, and
made some big splashes when it came out. I remember.
Nice little pun there as well with the amount of water in the film.
Yes. Who says you don't get entertainment on my shows? I am hilarious. For some reason, people don't think I'm funny, but man, it's because my humour is misunderstood. That's all it is. That is all it is. Well, when you're watching the scene, I think I vaguely remember what you're talking about. Like the boat comes in. Well, I'll do it this way. So the boat comes in.
Yeah.
You can see all the waters around it. Yeah, it's lovely. What were you feeling or thinking when you watched that scene?
I think it's just more of a case of feeling calm and relaxed and just feeling really involved in that environment, and just feeling for the first time in the film, you feel at ease, because the rest of the time you're sort of thinking, is the tiger going to attack again? Is he going to be like torn overboard again because of the water? For the first time, you feel at peace, and all I think of with a night sky, looking at the stars and things, is just relax and chill and a good time, really.
I think the first time I watched it, if I remember this correctly, there's also a monkey on board the boat to start with, and the tiger.
Yeah.
I remember watching. I was like, no, tiger, no, you horrible tiger. And then I realised it's just nature, isn't it? That's just how, unfortunately, things go for them. We'll move on to question 5, which is, what movie moment made you fall in love with film?
I'm going to go a bit of a soppy route. Reason being, it was the first ever film that I saw in the cinema.
Okay, nice.
Went with both my mum and dad in the mid-90s. Again, animated film, Tarzan.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reason being is, going with parents to somewhere that you've never.
I only had 4. They've gone. I definitely need to bring up some more. But please, mate, can I have some more? There's a reason I'm a big hippo at the minute. All these biscuits. No, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Yeah, you're watching Tarzan with your family. Oh, nice. So what is there a moment in that film?
Yeah, I think it's just the excitement of being in somewhere that you've never been before, the sort of loud music, the big screen, being like a 5-6-year-old, you're tiny in a big cinema screen, and just being embraced in you know, obviously with me having so many animal tattoos anyway, just embraced in nature, watching the animals come alive. And
do you believe you're like a maverick Tarzan in yourself? Do you? Huh?
oh, I think so. Between Tarzan and Mowgli, I think.
I was about to say you've definitely got the dashing looks, you know, sir. You just need to grow the hair like me and be pretty with long hair and turn it into dreads, and then you can swing down vines. Can you do the Tarzan, the call? Let's say.
I mean, I'm sure I could, but with a mouthful of bourbons, I'm gonna have to do.
Okay, I'll give it a go for you, and then you try after. People can vote on who was better. Manly swing on vines. Come on, I've embarrassed myself. It's your turn, sir.
Okay.
Being on the chest. I think I might have to concede. Yeah. Mine was longer, though. You know, it's all about length, Thomas.
I'm going to decline commenting, to be honest. If where this is going, I'm going to be kind.
We'll move on. I'm just before I move on, I'm glad like Disney has shaped you and helped you enjoy films. Just like so many of us, I think, with our generation, with the kind of newfound, I think it's called the Renaissance era, where The Lion King, Tarzan, Beauty and the Beast, like Mulan, all these films came out in the 90s, and just great times. Personally, enjoy Tarzan. It's not the best that came out around the 90s period. Just for me.
I agree.
Me, personally.
More, I think I'm more basing it on, you know, the familial side of things and the excitement of cinema. And I do enjoy it, and I think it's a bit of a tearjerker at points, as most Disney films are, but, you know, makes you think of family and morals and all the rest of it. Like
no, it's a good film. I just feel I connect more with animals than I do with the human who's hanging out with animals. How stupid is that? How stupid is that? We'll move on to the sixth of our seventh question, which is, what is the best song in a film? And you know, are you going to go Tarzan here? You're going to go with nice Phil Collins in a Tarzan?
I went based more on the whole sort of soundtrack, really.
Oh, nice. Okay.
For Donnie Darko.
Oh, okay. That's. I'm trying to think of the main song. I know it hit Christmas #1. I know it's called Mad World. I have no idea the guy who sang it. But yeah,
So, but there's so many amazing artists. It's sort of very sort of a mixture of 80s, 90s sort of people in there. There's the main song that I picked was by Echo and the Bunnymen.
Okay, cool.
Which is called "The Killing Moon."
Mm-hmm.
Which, very good song, worked really well with the scene in the film. But there's also like the Smiths. I'm trying to think of Joy Division. Who else is in there? Tears for Fears. That's who I was trying to think of.
So can I ask you a very common question you get asked with Donnie Darko?
Mm-hmm.
How many times did you have to watch it to understand what was going on?
I think 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And reason being, luckily, the first time I actually watched Donnie Darko was for me applying to go to college for my media course. We had a mixture of films that we could watch and do a film review and understanding of the film.
Nice, that's cool.
That was the first one that I'd not heard of. I can't remember the list now. It's sort of 12, 13 years ago. But it was, sort of to really understand what's happening in the film. And I watched it the first time, probably the same as how you have. And you go, what's happened?
What have I just missed here? I remember watching it the first time and I was like, I really enjoyed that, but I don't have a Scooby clue what was going on there. And I think I watched it the second time quite a few years later, let's say. And I remember seeing Seth Rogen because I'd watched other Seth Rogen films. Oh my God, I can't believe you're in here. And I think it may have took me 2 or 3 times to like kind of wrap my head around everything. So maybe the second viewing, I thought I understood what was going on, but there's so much more like to dense down. It takes multiple viewings, but it is a quality film. Films like that just don't get made anymore. Like kind of massively thought-provoking and kind of it's not easy to watch as you're watching it, but it is an easy to watch film to enjoy as you're sitting watching, and to just to make you think at the end of films. Like, you know, I'll hold my hands up. I love superhero movies, and they don't really give me thought-provoking content compared to films like Donnie Darko. So maybe there are. I'm just not aware of them. Please don't be mad at me. I have a film friend who messaged me and was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you didn't know this." And I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying." That is a great pick, sir. I will move on to our final question, because I say this in every episode, but our tea break was definitely over by now. You know, if we were at work, okay, and they counted how long I've been chatting about movies for with all my friends, they'd just be like, "Yeah, you fired me. You were with 6 hours." And the last question is, what film does everybody love that you don't? Or it's flipped, which is, what film does everyone love and you don't?
So
7, you can take either way.
I've gone down the route of everyone loves, but I don't.
Okay,
And I had 2 options, and I thought one you're not going to like me with, so I went down the second option.
No, how about you give me both and see what my reaction is, and then you can go down one. You could pick one route, okay? You're splitting off paths right now.
There we go. So this side is Star Wars.
Right.
And this side is Harry Potter.
2 of the biggest franchises. I will be more content with Harry Potter with you not liking Harry Potter. You were correct. You are 100% correct. How dare! Like, I know people don't like Star Wars. I just didn't think they existed around me. God. Be one with the Force. Just let it go brush over. Okay, tell me what about Harry Potter. What don't you like about Harry Potter that everybody raves on about?
I don't know. Like, I think I'm in the right generation for it. I'm the right demographic for enjoying, similar type movies of magical and different sort of movies. I tried and tried again as a kid. I tried reading the books, couldn't get into it. Tried watching the films, couldn't get into it. Much more content at the time as a kid watching wrestling and Disney films by the looks of things instead.
My man. You might go on my high list over here just for, dropping wrestling during one of my videos. You know me. No, I get it. There's some people who feel like there's too much and it goes on for too long, and there's lots of plot points that just get dropped and stuff. The only rebuttal I have personally between Harry Potter was, I don't read good. I don't read good at all. Anyone who knows me knows this, okay? The rabbit, like, no. So as a kid, especially during primary school, everyone was buzzing off Harry Potter, the books. Every person was like nosing a book during break time, lunchtime. I'm like, "Hey, let's go play. Hey, let's go play." I'm like, oh. They were like, "Just sit down and read with me." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know what this, like, Expelliarmus."
Oh, yeah.
It's a quite stupid word. It's not, but it is to read for somebody who can't read. So the films for me were a gateway into managing to kind of connect with people who'd read the Harry Potter books and enjoy them. We could talk and debate about it. So I really do love Harry Potter for that. But I can understand why some people maybe not. But Quidditch, bro. Stick on a broomstick and just fly around catching a golden snitch and throwing balls at each other. Yeah. So no naughty puns intended or anything.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I found it so difficult to really be pulled in. Like, I tried the first film. I was like, I feel like I could have gone outside and play football or whatever instead, and enjoy myself so much more. But I tried, and I'm not the sort of person to go, I've done it once and that's it. I'm not interested anymore. You know, I'll rehash it out and see if I can get on with it. But I was similar to you, you know, with especially reading side.
Mhm.
I struggled with reading, and everyone else was sort of there with these massive, thick old books like this, and I was sort of content with my 20 pages, you know.
yeah, it's insane. And just like, I don't know. So like for me, my best friend took me to go and watch all the films, and that would be like a kind of day date where we'd go hang out and watch Harry Potter. So I've got some like nice nostalgic feelings to it. But they're not the greatest films. Like as don't get me wrong, people will hate because Alan Rickman, who's fantastic as Snape and stuff, was well acted. Some people might hate, but they're not. If you really like pull everything back and look through it, they're not amazingly built films. Some of the cinematography, but saying that, I've gone to the Harry Potter studios here in London. It's Watford. It's London. So stupid. And I very much enjoyed looking at all the props and set designs and how everything was built. That for me helped me reignite watching the Harry Potters and kind of getting some enjoyment out of them. So yeah, but Star Wars, my friend, no. Maybe these last sequels I can kind of jump on board. I even like the prequels. I am one of like maybe 10 people in this whole world that like the prequels, okay? But the originals, they changed cinema forever. But that's a different video for a different time.
I mean, I said nothing. I chose to go down the other route.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did, sir. Well, no, thank you very much. I much appreciate your time. Love the answers. Again, recommended film was This Is England to go check out. Yeah. I need to find... So what... We have my chart, which I think I called a break bar. Break. So like it's meant to be like a club or a chocolate bar, sort of. Nah, it's terrible. Okay, I sit here and think, oh, well, massively creative and massively funny, and the best name I can come up with an hour with is break bar. No, we had Tom S. We had what was it? It was a nice fancy tea, peach and
passion fruit. It's quite nice.
I'm just going to put P and PT and hope I remember that. I remember peach. When we had bourbons, oh my days! Talk about spelling. Bour.
B-O-U-R.
Sorry, what?
Can you see?
Oh my god, yeah. B-O-U. Oh my god, wait, hold on. Well, this is what my best friend Dean would call the Dagtionary. Whenever I spell anything wrong, I spell Bour as B-O-R. It's called Bourbon, right? It's the Yorkshire way of saying it. Lad, you got a bourbon? Bourbon. I quite like a chocolate bourbon, but I am going to put you just under here. So you will be fourth in the rankings of all. You're above Dean with his tea and Twix. I like a Twix. That's very controversial. I think maybe should get higher. People should use worse stuff so that he can go higher. Dan was not happy with his Earl Grey at the bottom. We had Murphy, who had Yorkshire tea, fig rolls, and chocolate digestives.
Oh.
Now, fig rolls is what brought him down. Okay, he could have been higher. Bryden with party rings and some Lindor chocolates he was raving about, as well as tea. And then Jordan's top with Yorkshire tea and chocolate digestives, which is just my daily standard tea. Do you know what I mean? Can't go wrong with chocolate digestives, Yorkshire. So I'd just like to say thank you very much, Tom. I hope you are keeping safe and well during this lockdown. I'm so glad that you came on and spent some time with us. I'd just like, is there anything you'd like to plug? Any pages, Instagram, any your own channels to have a look at?
Well, I'm doing my own photography, but I haven't sort of done anything with that for a while due to work and everything else.
Yeah. Where
Thomas
people
Stone
can check out some of your work.
Yeah, thomasstonephotography.co.uk.
There you go. Nice and simple, nice and perfect. So just round this up and say thank you to everybody for watching, and remember, enjoy your brews. Cheers.